this band? I like this band. I wrote it down so I don't forget who they are. Oh, I remember. Fucking Slayer! Metal, horror, madness. We're back. I have episode 4.5.
4.5?
Yeah, 4.5. You got to be saying why 4.5, Madman. That's a little awkward.
Yeah, a little bit.
I am a little awkward. It's because we're not going to really talk metal this episode. We're going to talk horror. My name is Metal Horror Madman. Why'd I say a mad name? Because I'm mad all the time. Literally on my birth certificate, metal, because my family was very metal. Horror, because the horrors we endured coming in from Transylvania, blah, blah, blah. And then Madman, because we're all freaking nuts. That's why it's called that. Thanks for joining me again, everybody. Thanks to having being here. We're talking horror movies. That's why we're 4.5. I know it's wacky, but we're wacky here. We want to break down 31 movies the Madman will be watching during Halloween. Halloween month. There's not just a Halloween day. It's a Halloween month.
It's longer than a month now.
It's longer. You know, I started in September decorating my graveyard. I had a little tiki bar out there with little skeleton people. They would serve imaginary drinks to me. It was a whole process I did unnecessarily, like this 4.5 number. So that's how it ties in there. And I want to talk about a great movie. I know you haven't seen all these movies. And the nice thing talking to you about is we have a big generation gap here. But I think a movie we could all love. Little movie where the Wolfman's got nards. The Wolfman's got nards. Every classic Universal horror character's in this movie. It's unbelievable. It's one of my favorite movies ever. When that kid stops the bully and makes him eat the candy bar off the freaking ground, we're talking Monster Squad.
Great movie.
Such a great movie. I've watched that movie probably 1,000 times.
Yeah, I watched it a lot as a kid.
So many times, right? It bombed when it came out. Came out when I was a young kid in the 80s. No one knew I was going to be Don Juan Delanucci yet with all these looks and all these chicks around me 24/7. But it happened because so was Destiny. Destiny happened like that. And Destiny of the Monster Squad was like, what a shame. If they had that Universal name on there, I think that thing would have been huge back then. But they just had to have generic, whatever rights they could use from whatever. The creature from the Black Lagoon's in there. The Wolfman, again, he does have nards. What size are the Wolfman's nards? That's for your moms to find out, not for me.
Hey.
Dracula's in there. They got to sacrifice the virgin. And then the chick, one of the greatest things of all time. She's like, they're like, you're supposed to be a virgin. She's like, I banged Dr. Vinny Boom Bots in the back of the Chevrolet. And they're like, that still counts. She doesn't count. Does that count?
It does not count.
Right, if I bang a chick that I didn't like, then I didn't break virginity. She didn't break my virginity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's nothing's weird there, right? It's some things don't count. Bill Clinton told us what things count and don't count. Another movie I watched I liked a lot. Not the remake. Some remakes are chill, but I like The Fog with Adrian Barbeau, John Carpenter's The Fog. I watch that every year.
That's a great movie. I remember that.
The eeriness of that movie. That I rank up there with like Halloween and all his classics. Big Trouble Little China, They Live, The Thing, Prince of Darkness. You know John Carpenter's got banger after banger after banger. Yeah. And the atmosphere of that movie. And Adrian Barbeau's chest is nice and big, which I like. I'm a fan of that.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, it works good. The creepiness in that movie, the ending of the movie, amazing. Sounds like we both like the first couple so far. Number 3, I'm wearing this shirt right now. Your buddy Art the Clown. I wouldn't be afraid of a guy named Art the Clown if I saw him, though. Some wacky little dipshit bouncing around on a pogo stick with his makeup smearing everywhere. I'm Art the Clown.
What number do you got? 1, 2, or 3?
I'm talking number 1, but I'm going to see, thanks for that call, I'm going to see number 3 next week at the movie theater.
I heard like the first 10 minutes people were like throwing up and walking out.
Hey, all not any fish and chips then. Chip, cheerio. Harry Potter, is that you? Sorry I throw into these fits from the other universe. Yeah, Terrorizer, Terrifier, all great stuff. Part 3, going to be sick going with producer Ethan. I'm hoping he brings a couple of hot chicks for us, but I don't know. Yeah! Hot chick shout out.
On a Tuesday night.
On a Tuesday night.
Don't mention what day we're going.
Don't mention what day and the discount special for $4.99. No, we're not poor.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, shut your fucking mouth over there. Let's see what else we got. I got to move this mic here. I'm going up and down everywhere. Another movie about wacky clowns. One of everyone's favorites. Not a horror movie per se, but a Halloween movie has become one over time. Like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. You ever see that one?
That's a great movie.
I love that movie. Transylvania 65000. I don't know if you've seen that one. That's another great horror comedy. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark with those big cans she has.
Hey.
They were so big. When I saw them in person, I just wanted to make a fresh fresh milkshake, but I'm respectable like that. But I was talking about Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Great movie, one of my favorites.
Great movie, one of your favorites. The other great thing right now is Spencer's Gifts, Spirit Halloween, whatever the fuck it's called. They get all that Killer Clowns merch.
Yeah, it used to be so underground.
You couldn't find anything. It was the most underground movie ever.
Yeah, now it's everywhere.
And that song by the Dickies.
Oh, yeah.
Their name's the Dickies. The Dickies. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That's such a great song. Such a banger. You know other movie you like that just reminds me of that? Speaking of merch, Invaders from Mars.
Oh, yeah. They just started merchandising that so much lately.
We got to get the big life-size alien.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Do they still have that?
They do the animatronic. The reason I want to know something I wanted to know for a long time is I just wanted to know if aliens had like junk, like units like us, and if they're different sizes or not. So we'd have to buy 2 of those animatronics.
Oh, I don't think they do. That's why they like look at ours and probe us. And
so they probe with a finger or like a tool or a baster?
A tool, both, I think.
I'm never going to look at a turkey baster again the same. I mean, the thing's already fucking gross. I'm shoving up a turkey's asshole on Thanksgiving when my whole family's singing Kumbaya fucking Ya by the Christmas tree.
Wow, that's a lot of holidays.
It's a lot of holidays. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, a classic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fun.
Are they making another one?
They're supposed to, just like Rocky Horror Picture Show. That's going to make me sick to my fucking stomach. Rocky Horror Picture Show. Not on my 31 this year. I couldn't fit it, but I watch it throughout the year probably 5-10 times because I'm just a sweet transvestite from Transylvania. What a banger. What a banger. Touch it, touch it, touch. I'm singing too much. Evil Dead 2. You ever see that motherfucking movie?
That's a great movie.
That is the greatest movie ever. And I say that with some movies, but that movie is one of a kind. The special effects of the time, the craziness. Going from part 1 that was so serious, then to part 2, which is just off the fucking walls. The deer singing, the sick grandma and the fucking thing with the thing attacking the guy with the thing with the other guy with Nunzio, and they go pick up the package from the airport, and Bobby didn't. Oh, no, it's a different movie. I'm talking Evil Dead. Dead by Dawn! Dead by Dawn! Dead by Dawn! You know, the deicide track we all love.
Yes.
Such a banger. Evil Dead 2, I love those. So for me, for Evil Dead, I don't know about you. You're younger again, so we're going to have different opinions. I need Ash in my Evil Deads. I need Ash in my Evil Deads. I need the original trilogy, and then the series on Stars. No Ash, no Evil Dead to me.
No, yeah, absolutely not.
You agree, right?
I mean, that one they came out with was cool with all the blood.
They said they're good movies with the Deadites and all, but like, you need Ash.
Yeah.
Shop smart. Shop S-smart. I love that guy. My favorite of all the Evil Deads, though, Army of Darkness.
I was about to say 3 is my favorite.
Oh, that makes me so happy. That makes me so happy. And as we know, that's the least serious one. It's the least horror.
But it's so good.
Oh, it's so good. I was a teen when it came out. I bought the VHS at Kmart. Look at me having these old man memories. Memories of the way things used to be. You know when a penny candy used to cost a penny?
No, I wasn't around then.
I don't either. I'm not fucking 80.
Hey.
But what I'm trying to say is Army of Darkness, I got merch from when it came out back in the 90s.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, it's so much cool merch I got of it. That movie, his lines in that movie, just the whole aspect of it, the selfishness of him, the most selfish fucking guy in the world, just such a banger.
And the CGI is
so bad.
Spectacular.
Some of the guys is just like a guy with a black shirt on with like a skeleton design on it. And they're walking around. Other guys blow up into pieces. Other guys like fall down. It makes no sense.
I always think about those like bat things flying around.
Oh, it's so good. It's so cheesy. It's so good. Or when he goes and gets the Necronomicons and he says the names wrong. That is so fucking funny because you know he's going to do it.
Yeah.
The Stars, that was the worst travesty in cancellations ever, was the Stars series. Because when you saw that first episode, he goes to the bar, spoiler alert, and he's trying to pick up a chick and he's got like his arm cut off, you know?
Yeah.
And she's like, and he makes up like some bullshit story. He's got run over by a train, saved the kid, just so he could bang the chick. Because that's what we do to these old timers. Yeah. We're just trying to nail the chick. Next thing you know, he's classy like the Madman, and he's in the bathroom and he's like fucking pounding her. He's like me on a Saturday night, 12 PBRs deep, wearing my Art the Clown mask, and that chick is just getting it. And he's going for it. And then she turns into a deadite. So funny. Also, they do the space trucking song when he's getting dressed and he's like out of shape.
Oh, yeah.
He's putting the thing on his, like, he's the ultimate scumbag. If you have a scumbag uncle like that, you're blessed. That's who you want in your life, a guy like that. He cares about him and him only and banging chicks. What a great movie. We did a lot on Evil Deads there. What about Barbarian? Remember that one with Justin Long?
That's a great newer one.
Justin Long was in the movie Tusk.
Oh, that movie's crazy.
I've never seen Tusk.
You've never seen that?
No, and I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan. I'm a Mallrats super fan. Snoochie Boochie Noochies. But Tusk, should I watch it?
Oh yeah, it's crazy. As a kid, that was like terrifying.
I know the concept sounds so crazy, so you don't even have to tell me anything about it.
Yeah.
So I think I might watch that one tonight because fuck it.
It's not the scariest, but it's like really creepy.
Did you ever see the one Yoga Hosers with his daughter where they do a cover band? They play Anthrax's I'm the Man.
No, I don't know that.
I'm the man. I'm the man. I'm so bad I should be in detention. Oh, sorry, Dice Clay snuck in there. Yoga Hosers, people hate that movie. They sickened. I love the movie. I think it's fun. I mean, they're covering an Anthrax song. There's these killer like sausage guy. It's a whole fucking thing. You should check it out.
Yeah.
Definitely check it out. Barbarian. What
Yes.
about that twist out of nowhere when Justin Long shows? It's like this decrepit horror movie, and then we see him like in his Corvette driving down the highway.
Yeah.
It's sunny. Like the other side is like the fucking apocalypse. It's like fucking Evil Dead meets The Exorcist, where they're like blasting the Backstreet Boys and your fucking speakers, and someone's serving you those shitty sausages in a can. Don't eat sausages in a can and a gooey syrup. That's disgusting. You know what I did like that was gooey? Do you remember that glow in the dark goo that you'd get like in a little tub?
That's
It's not silly putty. No, I'm not talking about my goo. My goo does not glow in the dark, ladies. I'm talking about the go like goop. It was like goop. It would come in toys in the 80s and 90s, 2000s. Slime. You called it slime. We called it goop.
Oh, okay.
Hey, ladies, sorry about the goop, but it does happen.
Yeah, that's why we don't call it goop.
That's why we don't call it goop. So Barbarian. We're watching Barbarian.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so cool how it takes place in Detroit like that.
Detroit Rock City. You're a Kiss fan.
Hey, yeah.
It all ties together.
It does.
It's a sick movie. It's such a disturbing movie, though. It's one of those movies I love, but I hate at the same time because I don't like the way everything unfolds. But it's pretty fucked up. Number 7. This is my favorite of the franchise, and we're going to talk about some other Halloweens later. But Halloween 4. Halloween 4, because you had Halloween 1, which is the all-time classic. Halloween 2, not everybody likes. It's very split because it's in the hospital. It takes its time. Some people call it classic. Some say it sucks, right?
Classic.
Classic to you. I agree. Others don't think it's a classic. Halloween 3, some think it's a classic. Some think it sucks. I think it's a classic.
It's a classic.
It's a classic, but if it was called anything else by John Carpenter, it would have been a hit. It bombs. Halloween's dead. Franchise is over. It's not like today where they make 1,000 movies and reboots and remakes. Back in the day, if you got a sequel or two, if you had 3 sequels, you were like, holy fucking shit. Other than like Friday the 13th. But you have all this stuff. And when they said that was fucking happening, Halloween 4, like that was big news as a kid in the 80s. It was a hype time. You had Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. You had Vincent Price and stuff. Michael Jackson's Thriller. You had all this shit leading up to this. All of a sudden, Halloween 4 comes out. Loomis is back.
Yep.
He's all fucked up, which is amazing. They re-identify how evil Michael Myers is. He's a killing machine. And he's like, as much as you love Jason and Freddy and the fucking Leprechaun, you stole my pot of gold. Lucky Charms overrated cereal. You got to put Michael Myers as the top slasher guy because he's that evil force that just fucks you up.
He is the boogeyman.
He's the boogeyman. I'm your boogeyman. I love that Rob Zombie remake. Halloween 4, the best thing about Halloween 4, the ending, of course. The ending, which they fuck up for Halloween 5. They just throw it out the fucking window.
Yep.
They just destroy the greatest ending in horror history. And they're like, fuck it. And part 5 is like the Keystone Cops bouncing around. Then part 6, they have like that fucking Howard Stern fucking ripoff guy on there.
Once
and they're
6
like,
comes along, that
oh,
goes crazy.
6, Paul Rudd's in the fucking thing as Ant-Man. He's flying around with wings. We don't know what's going on anymore. It's so crazy. Halloween 4 was like the last one to just keep it together and honor the first 2.
Yeah.
I think it's such a good one. The ending is great. The killings are great. When they go into the little shops is great. But the best part about that movie, and if you know me, you already know what I'm going to say, is that chick that's wearing that shirt that say, cops do it by the book. And she's the cop's daughter and she's banging the other fucking guy. And she's got boobs bigger than fucking watermelons inflated with a fucking super soaker, let me tell you. It is, we'll go watch the movie just for that tonight.
I know.
It's so good. It's so good. It's great. Producer Ethan, relax. Calm yourself down. She was hot. She probably still is hot. Number 8. Oh, Werewolves of London. No, I'm talking about American Werewolf. What do you think of that flick?
That's a classic movie.
Everybody loves that movie.
I've never heard anybody hate it.
It's the best horror comedy ever made because you forget it's both at times. You sit there, written by John Landis, who wrote all those great 80s comedy movies. He wanted to take his hand at horror. That movie, I mean, it's funny that like his best friend's dead, meeting up with him at the movie theater. That's like so fucking crazy and bizarre. Like it's so insane, that movie. And then like the movies, the dream sequence is fucking nuts.
Yep.
So hard. The transformation. The transformation in that. the early 80s was the golden era of werewolf movies. It's not the 40s, whatever, all the fucking great ones, I get it.
Yeah.
But you had American Werewolf.
Yep.
You had the original Howling. That is one of the greatest movies ever. That's not on my list right now. I can't believe I'm not going to watch. Well, I'm probably going to watch more than 31 movies. What am I talking about? These are the 31 definites I'm watching. I'm not going to bullshit you guys. I'm probably watching 199 horror movies this month. But the original Howling is so good. Howling 2 is great. It's cheesy. The nice thing about Howling 2 is there's this chick in it, this blonde. She's like the queen of the werewolves. She's a golden goddess. I really liked her. She had gold flowing hair and fangs, but she had the biggest bazookas you ever fucking saw. And she rips that shirt off. And at the end of the movie, for no reason, they play this really cool like punk song of the Howling, and it's really cool. And they just show her ripping her shirt off. It must be 1,000 times. It's so fucking 80s and stupid and great at the same time. Howling 2, I love, but it's horrible. Christopher Lee's in it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a lot of stuff I talk about Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
And then Howling 3, I love, where it's the marsupials, it's the werewolves and whatever the hell they are in fucking Australia. It's a great one. You ever see
that.
They have pouches like when they get born, the werewolves, and they have
Like
little
a
werewolf
kangaroo?
babies. The kangaroos, it's like a kangaroo banged a werewolf.
Who made this movie?
I don't know, but it's so good. It's the last good Howling. You got to watch it. Trust me.
insane.
Have a few, have some gummies, watch this movie. You're not going to be disappointed. But American Werewolf in London, The Howling, and then Wolfen, something you probably haven't seen either.
Nope.
Unbelievable. Another great transformation. Those early 80s, those 3 werewolf movies still define the whole genre for me, even though we've had stuff later on like Bad Moon and stuff, but like nothing's been, to me, iconic. They've tried some different stuff. Ginger Snaps was really good, but like it just depends. Remember that one?
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's a good one. You know
is
I'm
a
a
good
fucking nerd for this stuff. Number 9's a movie I don't think you've seen either, which I'm demanding you see. Number 9 is a movie I watch every year, 31 times a month in October. It's going to be crazy because you guys are going to think it's like the most extreme movie or horrifying movie. Nope, it's a Hammer Film 70s movie with Christopher Lee, one of Christopher Lee's best parts ever, a movie called The Wicker Man. It is unfucking real. The Celtic songs in it, the imagery, the contrast between paganism and the boobs are flying in that movie. They're everywhere. Oh, is it a madman's fantasy come true? It's raining boobs. Hallelujah. Raining boobs. Yeah. It's so wonderful, that movie with those boobs. And then the barkeep's daughter's the hottest girl you've ever seen. And she tries seducing this cop and she's pressed against the wall. Fully nothing there. It's unreal. But that's not why I love the movie. You just know I'm a pig. I love the movie. I love that whole aspect of that. The paganism versus Christianity, the free living against rules, consequences, against we believe in pagan gods and sacrifices and things like that. It's a conceptually unbelievable movie that really delivers and created the worst. Mark my word, you heard it here first. You heard it here first. The worst remake in history. The Wicker Man with, hey, Nicolas Cage.
Oh.
Hey, Nicolas Cage. I want a fucking refund. I want a refund. I wouldn't see that piece of shit in movies. I didn't see that movie for years because it was going to suck shit through a fucking sewer tube. One day, I think 2 years ago, they were on sale for $3.99 on digital. So I had like 12, I'm like, I'm fucking fucked up. I'll give it a shot. Even drunk, it sucked. And I put it on again the next day and it was even fucking worse. The whole movie is him with bees and fireflies up his ass. I'm like, what are we doing? What are we fucking doing? The beginning's stupid, the ending's stupid. I'm spitting. I'm so pissed off about this movie.
So the
I'm a spitter.
Iron Maiden Wicker Man, is that about the movie?
Yes.
Okay. I love that song.
Watch the fucking movie. I have the soundtrack to the movie. I am such a fan of that movie. It's just the score from the 70s. I love that movie. I highly recommend. Hammer films were so great. All the Dracula, the Frankenstein reboots, that was all them in the 70s. The Christopher Lees, the Peter Cushings, all that kind of stuff. Classic Hammer for horror. It's a must watch. And that led me now to a movie I've never seen that I'm supposed to have seen. I never watched it because I knew it would be similar to what I just talked about.
Yeah.
But you told me it doesn't matter. It's that good. Midsummer.
Oh, it's an incredible movie. One of the best new horror-esque movies out there.
I moved my mic, producer Ethan. I don't know what's wrong with me today, but I think I'm right back on track here. I don't know why I'm having a problem. Would you say I'm number 1? I love when you give me the finger. Midsummer. Number 10.
Crazy ending to that
It's
movie.
brutal, right? It's gory.
It really is. You really have to watch that.
And you said that what I told you about Wicker Man reminded you some of that. Definitely got influenced by that movie.
Yeah, the sacrifices and everything.
Yep, Coming to the Strange Island, right? All that
Yeah.
kind of shit. Cool. Number 11, Trick or Treat. You know Trick or Treat? The anthology movie? with Sam, the pumpkin guy with the head, and if you do the mistakes of Halloween, he cuts off your wiener schnitzel.
Hey.
He probably does and makes a potato soup with it. I've had wiener schnitzel potato soup when I was in Germany, but I was never really there. I just dreamed it when I was watching Rick and Morty because they make intertravel, dimensional travel come true dreams. All right, so what are we talking about? We're talking about Trick or Treat. Do you like that one?
Yeah, I like that one. Wasn't it like delayed from movies?
It was
years?
delayed. It was never put into movies. It was a travesty. It's huge, right? Spirit Halloween is full of all the merch. I got all the merch everywhere in my house. I got the mask. Sometimes I walk around the neighborhood in it. They don't believe I'm him because, I'm 3 times the size of the guy, but I still pretend I'm him. I'm like, I had a growth spurt. All those murders gave me superpowers like Superman.
Don't you have the kids too from the bus scene?
I have the kids' mask that I bought at Spirit. I don't have the kids. That sounds all fucked up. And whatever you're talking about here. I got the kids' masks. Yeah, they're pretty cool. The Dracula one. I wear in videos because I look so fucking stupid in it. It's so fucking amazing. And I walk around and everyone going, blah, blah, blah. Hey, metal moms, I'd love to suck your blah, blah, blahs,
Hey.
All ties in. All ties in here. London Bridge is falling down, falling down. Evil Dead 2. Remember that part?
Oh, yeah.
With the little ashes?
Yep.
Oh, the little, what we like the people were cringed about, but I fucking thought it was great. The mini marshmallow men from the new Ghostbusters.
I actually still have not seen it.
You got to see the 2 new ones, bro.
Yeah.
The two new ones are great.
There's 2 new ones?
Yeah.
Oh,
Frozen
wow.
Empire is the second one. People told me that sucked, but I loved it. We just talked Trick or Treat. Let's talk Trick or matey. Trick or Treat. Ozzy was in it. Gene Simmons, Fast Eddie Clark from Motorhead did the soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever seen that one?
I still have not, even though Gene Simmons is in it somehow.
It's a classic. You're the Kiss super fan. You should see the movie and pay your respects. He doesn't have enough money or admiration or he hasn't banged enough chicks. He needs you're okay about it.
Is this when he was like trying to leave Kiss?
He was always trying to leave Kiss, that son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I love Kiss like you, but he's one of those guys. You just want to see him, right? Look him square in the face, fucking sucker punch him right in the fucking nuts. Just really fucking clip him there really good. Watch the balls roll down like gumballs down a flight of stairs. I have weird fantasies.
That is odd.
Yeah, like Aldenova fantasy. Great movie, cheesy. Okay, I say great movie, but it's actually cheesy as shit and you'll probably hate it. You know what movie I love that's cheesy?
One.
House from the 80s. It's such a fucking good movie.
I don't think
the
I know
guy
that.
from Cheers is in it. The guy from Night Court. Oh, it's a horror comedy. It's one of the best ones of all time. I highly recommend it. Just wanted to bring that one up. Here's a movie I like that producer Ethan had to tell me about 30 times. There's a Silent Hill fucking video game out. Yeah, great. I get it. Well, the Silent Hill video game's number 2 because he told me about it 2,000 fucking times.
What's the number of the list?
You're going to like this number. It's the lucky number, 13. I ain't superstitious, like Megadeth said. Silent Hill. You ever see the original Silent Hill movie?
I think I have.
It's a great movie. I was at Silver Scream recently, and they had the cosplay of the guy with the triangle head, that giant guy.
I do know what that is.
Yeah, and they also had the girl with the really big fucking jugs from that new Resident Evil movie. She was really tall. Like, those things were huge. And they were like, every time I'd walk under, like, they were fucking, there was like a shadow. It was like the Death Star going over a planet. And I was like, you know what, honey? Fucking kill me. Drop him on my fucking head. I'm going to open my mouth. Blah, blah, blah.
That's from the game, right? Is it 7 or 8?
It was the last Resident Evil. I started it. I was doing good at it.
Really? I haven't seen that.
Producer Ethan, what's the Resident Evil with the chick that's really tall with the giant boobs?
The big hat.
She's got the hat on the fucking...
It's, Resident Evil 8.
8.
8.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a great game. I love that game, but it gives me anxiety to play.
Yeah.
It fucking drives me nuts.
The DLC.
What's my favorite Who would you say?
You can play as her in the DLC.
Oh, you can play us in the DLC. That's cool. Resident Evil 4 for the GameCube is my all-time favorite.
I think 4 in general is just the best on every
It's the best.
thing.
It was the best thing ever.
Yeah.
You didn't even play the remake.
No,
Even better.
even better. 2 I liked when it first came out because 1 is so slow and boring. 2 comes out right like just a fucking firecracker, like nuclear bombs, motherfucker. It's like Return of the Living Dead, Night of the Living Dead, all in one. Then it slows down because back then we know the processors couldn't keep up, but like that's a sick one too.
Yeah.
Part 2. We'll have to talk video games one time too on here. Have Ethan definitely talk about that stuff. Number 14. Okay, I could have picked any of these movies. People hate this one. Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D. Have you seen Friday the 13th Part 3?
Yeah.
And that's like he's doing the yo-yo. It's so fucking cheesy because that would have been 3D. And like the girl fucking takes the number 2 and it shoots. Okay, that didn't happen. But it's like cheesy stuff like that. Everything's really cheesy. And the biker gang, for some reason, is harassing the kid in the little piece of shit dune buggy car. It's so stupid, that movie. But it's why do I love that so much? First one where Jason had the hockey mask.
Yep.
People forget part 2, he's got a potato. Would
Yeah.
you be afraid of a guy with the... Okay, if you go into the store, Ev, and you put a fucking... But you take the potatoes, you dump them out. The Irish people start going crazy. There was a famine back in the day. What are you doing? I'm like, just wash the potatoes. You put the potato sack over your head. I'm not running away. I'm looking at it like, this is the dumbest motherfucker I've ever seen. So someone wrote part 2 and they go, you want to hear some scary shit? Think of you're in a grocery store, aisle 7, right? You see that hot chick over there, you're getting a semi-hard on. You're sitting there, you're getting excited, you're grabbing the cantaloupes, the melons, the avocados, and then all of a sudden, this guy's coming at you. He's got a potato sack on his fucking head.
Terrifying.
How about you just take the potato sack off him and knock the shit out of him and go, are you okay, sir? And then you find out it's the pastor at the church, and then you got to make apologies, and he was doing a funny video to try and get subscriptions to his new 1-900 number. Then now this next one, so Friday the 13th, I love, it's a banger. This is where we're going to have some disagreements in number 15. We both love these two movies. I love, which everybody does, the original Halloween, John Carpenter, spawned a whole genre, showed low-budget horror could happen like that, become a national thing, showed how great horror movies could be, the suspense, the scariness, just evil. You know, I know producer Ethan, his favorite Halloween is Halloween Kills. Evil never dies!
Yikes.
Evil never dies!
Got
It
that
doesn't?
soundtrack.
It doesn't fucking die? I don't know. Every time there's an evil fucking person, they fucking die in my fucking book. But that movie's Anthony Michael Hall going, I want my 80s career back. Hey, Pops, let's get in the family truckster and go to Rory Wally World. He couldn't get a role. They're like, you want to go on Halloween? We're just going to yell, evil never dies. You never dies is your janks dads and their fucking attitude problems with their black coffee. That's who never dies.
I like the Rob Zombie one.
Son
I don't like
of
part
a
2.
bitch. Oh,
But
part
the
2.
first one is
Before we
good.
get to that, let's talk part 2 real quick.
I don't want to. That's such a travesty.
Part 2, the whole thing about part 2, it tricked everybody because they're like, we'll put Knights in White Satin. Whenever that's in a movie trailer, you're like, this is going to be a banger.
Yeah.
This is going to be a banger. And then you find out in part 2, like, the killer's like Sherry Moon Zombie's fucking brain or vagina. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's so fucking bad. But part 1, you love part 1, and I have a close friend that likes part 1 a lot too.
Yep.
I don't hate part 1 from Halloween. I would have liked it better, Rob Zombie's Halloween, if it was called Rob Zombie's whatever the fuck slasher movie. My problem with it is, and this is probably what you like about it, they amp up Michael Myers. He's basically fucking Kane or The Undertaker.
Yeah, oh yeah.
This guy's like beefed up. He's breaking through walls. He's doing a Jimmy Fye super snooker fucking thing. He's banging around. He's karate chopping. He's snapping necks. He's breaking skulls. He's curb stomping. And then his family, like every Rob Zombie movie, is this backwoods butt fucking Brady bunch, right? They're all in there. They're all fucking each other. They're all beating the shit out of each other. The kid's chained to a wall. They're eating ragu out of a fucking saucepan that's burnt every fucking day for dinner because they can't afford anything else. They're selling their food stamps to the guy down the street for porn. It's a fucking scumbag family.
So he kills him.
He kills the family, which is good, but also like a lot of my problems with the movie is like just... Which is hypocritical of me because I love the 80s movies where you know who needs to die and what. Like every fucking group that had sex needed to get fucking killed for no reason. They're like, sex is bad. And then everyone in Hollywood's a piece of shit. But the message is like, sex is bad, guys.
Hey.
And then kids are good because there's one of the, is Jason Part 6 maybe, where there's little kids in a cabin. He doesn't kill them. Like he kills everybody else. Like, oh, fuck those kids. Those kids be cool. They're playing NES right now. They're playing Diddy Kong. It's not even out yet.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
I don't even remember that part.
Oh, it's so funny.
That's ridiculous. He needed to kill them.
No, that's so okay.
Anakin killed the kids.
What happened?
Anakin Skywalker killed the
He
kids.
didn't give a fuck, Anakin
No.
Skywalker.
Murdered.
Rob Zombie's Halloween, Michael Myers kills Danny Trejo.
That's pretty
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
Danny Trejo, one of our all-time favorites.
Fuck out.
That guy is so fucking great. He's Machete in the Quentin Tarantino 2 movies that bombed, the Death Proof and
Grindhouse?
yeah, the Grindhouse movies. That and was this Planet Terror. Those were I like those movies a lot.
Yeah.
But they fucking bombed. The girl had the machine gun leg.
Before we go off of the Rob Zombie ones, the
Yeah.
soundtrack on those two, God of Thunder, Blue Oyster Cult.
That's a great soundtrack. Again, I would like that movie a lot if it was called something else. Because at the end of the day, it failed to reboot the franchise. It was a great movie for you guys that liked it. It did a lot of money. But part 2 destroyed it. It destroyed the whole universe, which then led to all the bullshit again, right? All the reinventing Michael Myers, and now the new one where like, who is the guy, Corey? We learned the whole time.
So
Michael
bad.
Myers has this like fucking illegitimate fucking son, or is he his love? I don't know what the fuck he is, and he like live in his sewer, like the Phantom of the fucking Opera.
They
It's-
tricked us too. Like the first one
Oh,
was
they
good.
tricked us. The first one was great.
Why did the other two? What's wrong?
And you know what they tricked us to have? Because a lot of us liked, like when you watch Halloween Kills the first time, you're like, this is so crazy. He's killing everybody. And then you watch it again, you're like, this is shit.
Yeah, no.
And then 3 is like, hold my beer. Here's Corey. Isn't Corey like slapping Michael Myers owes Corey money? He's like, you're 3 points behind the vig. He's slapping the shit out of him. Corey's running around on his fucking scooter, doing fucking wheelies. It is the stupidest movie. But you know why they put it out? You know why they put it out? Because it
Money.
doesn't matter. Money. They're starting a whole new one again. Right? They're rebooting.
Again?
Again, they're going to do a TV series and new movies.
What?
It's I can't watch them. To me, I quit Halloween after Halloween 4. If I do that, I'm doing good with myself. And then if you want to say as an extension, watch them with Rob Zombie, I'm cool with that too. And then I'm like, you don't need 5. You don't. And I liked H2O. You don't need it. The best one. Let's talk about the best Halloween Resurrection. Halloween Resurrection. We'll get to. Do you know about Halloween Resurrection where Busta Rhymes?
Yeah.
Trick or treat, motherfucker. Trick or treat, motherfucker. He's karate chopping Michael Myers. And the movie's like so crazy because they're like, we have the internet in this movie. And it's when webcams are just like out. And they have like a webcam in every room. And you're like, holy shit, I'm on national TV fucking right now. I'm Don One. Look at me, I'm famous. And Michael Myers is and he's like killing them on the webcam, but no one's there to warn him because we didn't have like fucking cell phones or some shit. I don't fucking know. Yeah. And then Busta Rhymes comes out and just like fucking karate chops him, kicks him in the nuts, punches him in the dick, punches him in the fucking face. It's so bad.
Who came up with this
Fucking
stuff?
caffeine.
Ugh.
They needed maybe they were on too much caffeine in that movie.
Coke.
That's probably what they were on. That movie's a piece of shit. Halloween 3, is that what you're trying to sing me about? Love Halloween 3. The Mask? Oh, The Mask is over there.
Oh, the Shamrock. Yeah,
I just partially showed it. Fuck you if you don't know what's going on. 3 more days to Halloween. What a catchy song. The masks are sick. The nice thing is remember to wear those masks during the big giveaway this year.
Oh.
Because the magic coin in the back of the mask is going to do something nice for your head.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Calm down, scumbag metal guys. You're not going to get head, but something to your head's definitely going to fucking happen. That's a banger of a movie. Such a good movie.
It is.
We were at 15. We're going to go to 16. I got a number system because you guys know I can't keep track of fucking shit.
Hey.
My favorite zombie movie, hands down, not debatable to me. I don't care, debatable. My favorite one, Brains. I need more brains. We're talking Return of the Living Dead, the movie that put zombie movies back on the fucking map to me. I know they had the other ones, Day, all this other great stuff, Night, but that movie with that punk soundtrack is so fucking sick.
Yeah.
All the punk metalhead scumbags in that movie, the Lenora Quigley with her fucking tits fucking flopping around. That thing is crazy. They're like cyberpunks. The zombies are brutal. It's a little comedy in it. I even like Return of the Living Dead 2, which is really the same movie, just more comedy. If you watch part 2, it's the same movie, but I love that movie. People hate it. But my other one I love. Oh, do I love this movie? This movie I love, Return of the Living Dead 3.
Oh, yeah.
That redhead chick in that movie. Okay, I got it. Yeah, you should have known where this was going. I wanted to bang that broad so bad. I still dream about her. I watched that movie alone in the dark with some tissues. It's a whole scene. We don't need to know. Who cares? What do I fucking care? Put the movie on. She's in her prime. I'm sitting there. And I'm watching my bean sprout. It's a good time.
Hey.
I'm popping popcorn in my fucking mouth.
Hey.
I'm sitting there drinking a glass of wine. You ever have red wine and buttery popcorn?
No.
Don't. It's fucked up in the morning what happens to you. You definitely don't want to have that.
Jesus.
But Return of the Living Dead with the tar man.
Yeah,
That's I want that. They have something. It's like $300. I should buy it. I don't know. It's like a fucking figure thing of Trick or Treat Studios.
Oh, that's sick.
Trick or Treat Studios at shitty Walmart, my most hated fucking store in the world. They had a like pop-up store at every Walmart. And the shit's already on clearance. They ruined Halloween this year.
Oh.
I went to Lowe's the other day. Everything's on clearance.
It's not even the middle of the
No,
month
all the
yet.
Christmas bullshit was that. I took a picture in front of the abominable snowman giving the middle finger because I'm so fucking edgy like that. And I was just like, fuck this shit.
Hey.
Christmas? Santa's fat ass coming down the chimney, breaking into your house, trying to bang your mom. I'll pass, thank you. I'll pass. That's worse than a 5-finger fucking Death Punch album right there. That's what I think about Christmas. Lost Boys, ever hear of it?
One of my favorites. Easily one
People
of my
ask me
favorites.
what my favorite horror movie is, and I don't know. I really think it might be the Lost Boys. I got the Ducks. I got the Michael Duck. Yeah, and I still believe. But what I love about you're gonna be shocked. My themes of what I like about movies, horror movies. What I love about that movie is Star.
Yeah.
She's so fucking hot,
Such a star.
and her name is Star. And I'm like, honey, you could be a star with me anytime, you know? Hey, there's no seat in the room. You can sit on my face. It's such a good movie. It's the Frog Brothers with their comic store, the Feldman, the Corey Haim. Oh, that's so good. The only stupid part since a kid I hate in that movie is when Corey Haim's washing his dog or whatever in the bathtub or taking a bath. He's like, ain't got a home. I ain't got. And he's singing like this 50s song. It's so lame. I love the boardwalk in that movie.
Yeah. It's magical.
Magical.
Where is it located? Like
Santa
actually?
Clara, California, but I don't know
Okay.
if that's where it's filmed.
Yeah.
But it's that seedy boardwalk. I grew up in seedy boardwalks, Wildwood, New Jersey, Atlantic City, Jersey. Jersey's got a lot of fucking seedy areas, but I love that state. A lot of cool boardwalks, old school. But that fucking movie, everything about it. The grandpa, Why I got a fucking TV guide, son? I got a fucking TV guide. I don't need a TV. What the fuck am I doing with a TV? And it's like the kid's like, what are we doing, Pop?
The train scene when they hang underneath the
The
tracks.
train, the Jim Morrison poster, we all had to
Yeah.
know the doors. Anyone, it's the first time you see that movie, like that guy looks like the coolest motherfucker, and he supposedly was. And that scene's so cool. When you're strange, when it opens up with the boardwalk, with the roller coasters. Keith Sutherland's unreal. The Bill and Ted kid's in there, the blonde head from Bill and Ted.
What's his name? I have his autograph.
You know it's a great movie. Have you guys ever seen Freaks with him?
Yes, yes.
Freaks is the greatest fucking movie. Low budget. It was like one of his babies he wanted to do really bad. You know I'm a deep cut horror nerd. I love that movie. But Lost Boys, everything. The only thing I hate is the goddamn vampires. Like the grandfather when he says that. We learn you can't invite a vampire in your house. That's a cool scene. Oh, Fright Night's another great 80s vampire movie.
Yes. You didn't put that on the list?
Brewster!
You didn't put that on the list?
It's not. Can you believe it didn't make the list?
That's
There's
insane.
so many. I'll be watching it.
The remake is good too.
Don't acknowledge it.
I acknowledge it. It's good.
Oh,
Wait,
producer Ethan drops a rare. Fuck you.
McLovin's in it.
You suck.
Yourself, that fucking
You suck. You suck. What were we talking about? Fright Night. I didn't watch the new one, but whatever. It could be great. I'm not
Came
doing
out like
it.
2012.
I just can't. I can't watch it. I can't. I'm a
should
child
try
of the '80s.
try
Actually, it'd be
it.
like remaking the Goonies. It's just not going to happen.
Oh, yeah,
I
I
like to do the truffle shuffle though. Still,
No
it's
one-
funny. The girls love it.
No one better remake.
I do
that.
the knuckle shuffle on my piss. And then the other thing we were talking great '80s vampire movies. Really a resurrection. Near Dark. Have you guys seen Near Dark? That's a vile movie. Near Dark. That's really bad. And then when it's not a vampire movie, Nightbreed. Have you seen Nightbreed?
I've heard of that.
Oh, Nightbreed is a sick movie. Watch Nightbreed immediately. Those who know, you know. It is a vile, sick movie. It should have been huge, just like In the Mouth of Madness. I'm just throwing out those stuff, honorable mentions people need to fucking see.
You know what's a good
Life-
vampire movie?
Yeah.
Twilight.
I'm trying to stay calm here.
I'm cutting that out.
I'm trying to stay calm here.
Come
You can't
on.
joke about that movie. Do you know what that fucking movie did to us back then? Every goddamn Barbie was Twilight. Every chick dressed as Twilight for the fucking movie. Are you Team Dylan or Team Douchebag? I don't know who those people were. I'll never watch that movie. But yeah, I almost fell now. I almost embarrassed myself because he's making the funnies today. So what were you saying? Twilight's pretty good?
No, it's not.
Twilight's horrible. He's just busting balls. Twilight's a shit movie. That also spawned some other
Team
garbage
Dylan.
back then. Yeah, who are the two teams?
Jacob and
Jacob.
Edward.
Jacob's Ladder's good.
Uh,
Ed, wasn't there a horse named Ed that sung or some
Get a
shit?
Jacob's ladder.
What'd you say about your bladder?
Get a Jacob's ladder.
We don't make bad jokes on Good Time Family Fun podcasts. Great vampire. You know what else is a great vampire movie? Vampires. John Carpenter's Vampires with
Oh,
James
yeah.
Woods. They make him like a badass.
Single movie that you mentioned 3 movies and barely talked about the one that is actually on the
That's what Metal Horror Madman does. I bring up the movie I'm supposed to talk about. I talk about 35 things, then we went to the next subject. What's the big deal?
What are we even on? Lost Boys still?
We are on. We're now on. No, we were just Lost Boys was before. We're current. We're on 1408, of course, by Stephen King movie 1408. You probably haven't seen this one either.
What number of the list is that?
It's a good movie. It's on the list. It's a numbered movie on the list. 1408, don't get it confused with number 18 on the list. This guy and his fucking numbers. You know what's a shitty movie? Numbers with Jim Carrey. You know what else is stupid? Ace Ventura talks out of his asshole. If I'm with a chick and she starts talking out of her asshole, get out of the car. Not Ethan. He likes those type of chicks. We were talking about this earlier today. It is what it is. But we were just saying 1408, one of the creepiest horror movies. John Cusack. He's an author. He goes into a hotel. It's a haunted room, room 1408. Nobody wants to stay in this fucking room, bro. This is like a fucked up room. This is like fucked up shit. You show up there, like the bros are all there, smashing natty ices, and they're fucking playing Outcast on the fucking thing like it's 1999, and everybody's eating Dorito Cheetos, and you're like, get the fuck. They're having sloppy steaks from Chobani's. They're wearing white on white suits on New Year's Eve. They lived for it. Real fucking douchebags. 1408's a must-see movie. It's creepy. His daughter's dead. All this shit happens in the room. It starts playing tricks on you. Sam Jackson has a great part in it. He warns him not to go in there. The guy's like a writer and author. Strongly recommend. Probably one of Stephen King's best adaptations that no one's ever heard of. Langoliers, Tommyknockers.
I've never seen that one.
Yeah, it's great. 1408's a must-see. It should be one of the classics to everybody. Number 19 is another Stephen King movie. Needful Things, the greatest movie to me about the devil ever. People could say Rosemary's Baby. People can say Devil's Advocate.
Tenacious D.
People could say Tenacious D. I got the pick of Destiny Child because my voice is fucking powerful. What a great movie. Fucking Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny. This movie I'm talking about, Needful Things, though. The devil comes to Maine. The devil comes to Maine. He plays a great part. And this movie is today. This movie is a foreshadowing of today. How powerful people can make pretend they're everyday people and influence two types of people to fucking hate each other. Not see eye to eye. Promise them the world. Sounds a little similar to politics, doesn't it, right now?
Yeah.
Right? Two sides that will literally create fucking psychotic vendettas in this movie that happens, the shit they start doing to each other. And the devil's in his little shop and he's selling them needful things. Oh, Jimmy used to be a star football player. Now he's a piece of shit mechanic and he fucking, doesn't even have a license. He's doing it under the books and he's blackout drunk all the time. And his wife left him for the fucking guy that works at McDonald's. And no defense to fucking McDonald's, but if your wife's leaving you for that fucking bro, there's some shit going on. We've all done our time at places. I've worked in my Little Caesars pizzas in my time. I'm not trying to badmouth anybody here, but this movie, it just shows the subtleness. There's no scary. It's just the subtleness of like you and somebody just turning on each other, not seeing eye to eye, wanting that other person fucking dead for no reason, really, just because you don't like them. Just because you don't like what they have to say, instead of looking the other way. And he works, and the end of the movie is so great because they finally figure out it's the devil. It has a happy ending, but not at all. Not at all the way that movie ends. The shit oh my God, I don't want to spoil. Go watch that movie, Needful Things, is so fucking good. It is such a classic. I can't talk about that movie enough. It's the greatest adaptation of his movies. I said it's definitely Needful Things. Another one, I'm going to Stephen King kick here, Silver Bullet.
Oh, yep.
Remember Silver Bullet? Great werewolf. Another great werewolf movie. Corey Haim's in that one.
Yep.
He's fucking wheeling around on his rocket fucking wheelchair. The fucking werewolf's chasing him like Wile E. Coyote. It's fucking crazy. Gary Busey before the brain fucking damage. Gary Busey was in the middle of it. Gary Busey's greatest one to me is Black Sheep. He's that unhinged, like, ex-fucking army vet with Chris Farley and David Spade. He's, like, trying to blow him up over a parking space. It's so fucking good. Gary Busey and Busey. Gary Busey's a national treasure. We need to protect that fucking crazy man. He should have no laws against him. Crimes he commits, we'll take the hits for him. We'll do a little time. Not going to kill us.
Buttered sausage.
Buttered sausage in a can. One of the worst things you can have. Gary Busey recommends. I recommend Silver Bullet. Number 21, a movie that fucked me up when I watched it. Fucked me up. I had nightmares. I had nightmares about someone's head getting chopped off. I had nightmares just about the eeriness in the room. And I'm talking about Hereditary.
Oh, yeah. That one's great.
That movie fucked me up.
It's one of the scariest, more recent movies.
One of the most scary recent movies. The ending when she's up in the air, cutting the head. That is so crazy. So that movie fucked me up. As Ethan likes to point out, I go with side quests all the time. Also, that fucked me up was Paranormal Activity when it first came out.
So we were just talking about that, I was about to ask if you had the first one on there.
I didn't. That is crazy. The first fucked me up so bad. That fucked a few movies of these times that nothing happens really when you think about it in the movies either of these movies.
No, it's just like moving.
The other one was the first Blair Witch. Nothing happens. I mean, fucking nothing. There's a guy out there washing his nuts, eating fucking squirrels while he's fucking camping, and like some leaves rustling. We're all like, oh shit, it's a Blair Witch, bro. Like, but don't you do that when you go out in the dark?
Yeah, we just
Right.
had a moment here.
We had a fucking moment here. Wow, shit, I forgot all about it. Holy shit, we swear to fucking Satan himself. We're setting up the pod. We're all talking shit, horror movies, having fun. We hear this little girl fucking scream. Scream like in here.
Like right next to
There's
me.
no fucking little girls here. I can fucking assure you. I'm assuring you here. It was so real and so fucking crazy. The other thing that gets me is when I walk out in the woods and there's like a fucking squirrel rustling leaves. I'm like, fuck that shit. I'm keeping my nuts, packing my nuts up. That squirrel could go collect some new fucking nuts. I don't know what it is out there.
I heard him last night. That was bigger than a
It
squirrel.
was a bear. There's been a black bear roaming in the neighborhood.
We have one black bear and about 16 raccoons.
Fucking those
So-
raccoons. They killed my chickens, those son of a bitches. I should be allowed to go get payback. You know, like Roadhouse said, if you be nice till it's time to not be nice.
You leave Rocket alone.
Rocket! Yeah! There's some Def Leppard for you chicks. I'll get the pics of you later. Thanks for sending them in advance. Near Dark, we already talked about, but that's number 22. I won't talk about that again. The vampire movie. Sick vampire movie of the 80s. You must see
You
it.
really can't mess up a vampire movie unless it's Twilight.
Twilight is horrible. Dracula 2000 is kind of shitty. And then the new Dracula, some of the Draculas, Dracula 1979 is bad too. There's been some bad ones. I'm a fucking horror nerd, remember?
Yeah.
And then like the Dracula AD 1972, Christopher Lee is so fucking bad. It's like Dracula hippie edition.
Oh.
There's been some misfires, man. Unfortunately. Which one? Blade 2, Blade 3, Blade fucking 3, man. With the
forgot.
next. Oh, that's Blade 1 though is a banger. Blade 1's a banger.
What's a banger?
A fucking banger. 2 and 3 though, shit.
They're making a new one right now.
He's gonna be in it.
Yes.
Then I'll watch it. Then
He
I
came
don't
in
care.
Deadpool,
And,
Wolverine.
and you know what they're gonna do? It's gonna be like the same schlock rehab. We're gonna love it. Like just follow the first movie. We don't care.
Yeah, that's all we want.
Movie for movie at this point. Puppet Master. Number
Oh,
23,
yeah.
Puppet Master. Blade, the leech woman. She shoots like it's weird because you see that big long thing shooting out of her mouth, and I usually like to see it going in. So it's like a weird fucking thing. And then there's the drill head guy. Puppet Master one's a classic. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Like they all have to do psychic powers. They meeting this psychic power thing. You find that there's dead people, and you're like, why the fuck didn't you know what your psychic powers? I think they even say it in the movie for some lame reason. But I love that movie. The stop animation, Full Moon Productions. Full Moon had all the bangers, demonic toys, Dollman, all the crazy shit that fucking place had. Subspecies, that was a great vampire movies from Full Moon. Such great stuff until they fell off the map and the Puppet Masters got really bad. But that first one.
In Puppet Master, did they have that guy that was really muscular with a small head? Is that the right
Mm-hmm.
movie? Yeah.
It's called Muscle Dick.
For real?
No, Bullet Head Muscle Dick. Muscle Dick's involved. No? Okay, it's not. He's a cool guy.
Demonic Toys.
Demonic Toys is a fucking
Yeah,
banger.
the combo movie was really good.
That's a great movie. I have some of the toys from that too.
Really.
Yeah, I collect everything. I'm a fucking nerd.
They also
Hey.
have a Puppet Master video game that came out not too long ago.
You're a
Really?
Puppet Master video game.
Saw
What about the Blair Witch video game I saw today? That's a real thing, right?
actually a really good game.
I got to play that game.
That's an amazing game.
You know what game was a disappointing game? The Friday the 13th new one. I like the original for NES. Everyone hates that game.
I thought it was good until they got sued because
And then it took offline or whatever.
Sued them.
just Jason
The
X.
director who did Jason X.
Because the problem with the Jason movies, that's why you haven't seen. You got to be saying, "Where's all the Jason movies?" Like there's all problems
Yeah.
with the rights. Just saw Sean Cunningham, who created Friday the 13th at Silver Screen, which was cool. He also did another great deep cut movie, is April Fool's Day,
Oh, I know
which
that
is
one.
Friday the 13th, basically, but like it's a joke movie.
Yeah.
Such a good movie. I love all that 80s. 80s was the fucking pinnacle of everything.
Mother's Day too. That's a good one.
Mother's Day is a great movie. Mother's Day is a great movie. One that's coming up, I'm going to jump. We'll talk about real quick and then come back. Sleepaway Camp.
Yes.
What a great movie that is. All three of them I love. But Puppet Master, a must watch. Next one, we got this vinyl. Speaking of vinyl, Demon Knight, Tales from the. This movie's a banger. Bordello of Blood sucks, but Angie Evanhart's in that, and she's got really big things, and she's got the long red hair, the theme with me, like those giant things I like to look
That's
at,
all
touch,
they
and feel.
relied on back then.
Oh, that's all we needed. I was like, boom, instant hit. She's in there. Her
Instant
jugs are
hit.
flopping around. She's going to get chased at one point, and then something's going to happen to her. I don't fucking care. I just want to look at her like inappropriately.
Instant
but this
hit.
movie, the 80s was rough for all that shit. This movie, and that wasn't from the 80s, Bordello Blood, but the 80s, every fucking slasher is like, how many tits shall we show today? We did show 17 last time. Like, yeah, that was bullshit. You should have showed the full 18.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Linda
17's
kept that
crazy.
fucking half of the thing on. It was always a good feature for kids, and always why I liked Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, and her big personalities. This
She's
Demon Knight
behind us.
soundtrack. She is behind us.
Her
boobs are popping right there.
somewhere.
She's on the wall under Marilyn Monroe. This movie right here, Elvira is the greatest ever. This
Look at
movie,
the bands on that soundtrack.
Pantera, Machine Head, Megadeth. It is crazy. Ministry. This is a fucking. If you don't own a soundtrack, Rollins Band, go check out Demon Night. Watch the movie Sepultura. The movie's sick too. The movie's great.
Yeah.
Demon Night, the movie's unreal. Tales from the Crypt, the series was great. Tales from the Dark Side was great. Night Gallery was great with Rod Serling. These are all great horror fucking things. Amazing Stories, Spielberg. All great stuff you guys should check out. Edward Scissorhands, though.
Yes.
I think this was Vincent Price's last role on film. He died. He's very frail in the movie. Very happy he got into it. Tim Burton's a big fan of his.
Yep.
Johnny Depp, to me, could be his best performance. Although I love Sleepy Hollow so much, too. That's not on my list, which is crazy because I live by that movie. Edward Scissorhands, though, is like the perfect movie. It's quirky.
Really is beautiful. It's a
Beautiful to
movie.
look at. Dark. Makes you think about how we treat people. Makes you think if you got scissors for hands.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm mowing the lawn sometimes, I wonder if like a Frankenhooker accident will happen. I'll slip. You know, maybe I'm looking at some of the metal moms and I have leakage and I slip and all of a sudden my hands end up under the fucking lawnmower. My hands get cut off. What am I going to do? Obviously, I'm getting fucking scissor hands.
Crazy.
Imagine having scissor hands.
Can trim that bush whenever
Oh,
you
I
want.
could trim that bush constantly. I see a metal mom. I'm like, don't worry, we'll still just give me a few minutes. All this fun stuff you could do with it. You could go to the fucking like store and be like, I'm not paying for shit because I got scissor fucking hands. I'll fucking cut your hand, your dick, your head off right now. Such a great atmospheric movie.
Is that your only Tim Burton on there?
I think that might be my only Tim Burton, but we could talk some Tim Burton. Beetlejuice, of course. Don't say Beetlejuice 3 times. He'll come around with his wacky fucking antics. Sleepy Hollow, I fucking love.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nightmare Before Christmas. What's the one producer Ethan was talking about? The singing one?
Sweeney Todd.
That's a great movie.
Sweeney Todd's amazing.
Sweeney Todd. And so Tim Burton's one of those guys. When he hits, he hits.
Oh, yeah.
And when he misses, you get Dumbo and like
Batman.
Batman 2. So fucking bad. Batman 1's a classic to my generation.
You get, what is it, Mr. Freeze, Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No, that's not him.
No, that's not him.
You get the
No.
penguin as a literal fucking penguin.
Danny.
That's that one, okay.
That's someone. That was a
Yeah,
big.
okay.
So the first Batman with Joker, Jack Nicholson was unreal.
Yep.
That launched a modern. Even though it was early, that's really even though Superman came earlier. That was when they realized there could be blockbuster movies with merch everywhere, toys, McDonald's Happy Meals. That thing was fucking crazy, and then they fucked that series up ever since. And I know there's the great ones with Heath Ledger and stuff, but I just meant Batman is annoying at this point. There's 35 Batmans. I just don't care.
No.
That was like that Joker La Douche. Who names a movie Joker La Douche? And Lady Gaga's running around there going, poke my face. I don't want to see that. That's inappropriate. That movie sucks. DC movies suck. And I'm a bigger DC comic fan than Marvel, which breaks my heart. I'm a way bigger DC guy. But DC has just up that. I don't even care about movies.
They have 2 good movies.
It's so
Like,
crazy.
It's insane.
How do you make Suicide Squad sucks and then you decide let's redo it again? I'm like, no one cared in the first fucking place. Of all the things they did, where were we here? We were talking Scissorhands.
Yep.
Next one, I'm a Chucky fan. Chucky 3 is probably my favorite. The original Chucky, Child's Play the best. But the one I want to talk about on my list that I love, I fucking love. Another reason I love this movie is because Jennifer Tilly's in it. And Jennifer Tilly has these big, giant, massive, enormous, smash my fucking skull in with them. Let me fucking put my mouth around them. Just giant, delicious watermelons. And she's got that voice and she's just smoking hot. And then she becomes the coolest fucking horror villain ever. When she's Tiffany the Doll is the funniest shit. Her and Chucky in this dysfunctional marriage. Rob Zombie. Let's talk about White Zombie was huge. Rob Zombie was getting big. But then when that movie like Living Dead Girl, that was like fucking Rob Zombie world fucking domination. That was fucking crazy. John Ritter, he's in that movie. He gets a little nails in his head like Pinhead.
Oh, yep.
That's a fucking sick scene. Another thing though, like Halloween 4. Great movie, great premise, and then just fuck it up with Seed of Chucky. They just fuck that shit up. They take everything, they put it in a fucking blender, and they throw some fucking chamomile in there, some acid. They throw everything's in this fucking thing. They put out a script and they've ruined Chucky ever since. What about the Chucky reboot?
There's so many reboots.
Chucky's no longer supernatural in the reboot. What happens is this dissatisfied fucking worker in like Taiwan, he gets pissed because he gets laid off. So he programs Chucky to be evil. That's the movie.
For real?
Yeah, that's the fucking movie. They ruin Aubrey Plaza. Love Aubrey Plaza also. Just want to bang her so fucking bad. So quirky, but they ruin her. She's great in the movie, but the movie sucks. Don't see that movie. The Chucky reboot. It's fucking shit. Hellraiser, the original, number 26.
Ooh.
Okay, in the 80s, of all the slasher type movies, you got to put that in there. That is by far the most adult, the most vulgar, the most mind perplexing, disturbing fucking movie you will see. That movie is so good. The Pinhead, that's too when back in Hellraiser movies when you'd actually get Pinhead and the fucking Cenobites, when now you don't get them. And there's like 30 sequels to Hellraiser, the detective movies, they're fucking garbage. The first Hellraiser will fuck you up with that little box.
Yeah.
The relationship with the mother and the husband, the brother, it's a fucked up shit, bro. This is like Five Finger Death Punch and fucking Britney Spears put out a fucking 7-inch together. And then on the fucking speak over, Jacob from that fucking Twilight bullshit you were talking about starts singing in soliloquy how he's gonna come back from the dead and date Daryl Ann. Was that her name? Who was the star of Twilight? I hate that fucking
Bella?
actress. Yeah, Bella. What's her
Kristen
name?
Stewart, yeah.
Although I liked her in the movie Adventureland with Ryan Reynolds. You ever see that?
Oh,
Fucking
yes,
movie?
yes.
That's a good movie.
That is a good one.
She's good in that.
You're missing the other guy.
Yeah, the quirky guy in the movie.
Heisenberg or something?
Yeah,
Jesse Eisenberg? Yeah, right.
the guy that's like he reminds you of the other guy
Michael
from.
Cera.
He reminds you of Michael Cera from Superbad. Everyone thinks of the same fucking.
Yeah.
Superbad. What a great movie that
What a
was.
great movie.
Holy shit! What happened to comedies, guys? Dicks, tits, jokes, alcoholism, corrupt fucking cops, fucking fat guys with afros. This is when comedies were comedies. This is when comedies were fucking comedies. What happened? I don't know. Seth
Shark Boy and
Rogen.
Lava Girl.
Shark Boy and Lava. I'm spitting at that one. Hellraiser is so great. I wanted to pick a Universal original
Yep.
from the horror classics. I love Bride of Frankenstein, Dracula, Frankenstein, the Wolfman, Creature, but for me, the Mummy, the Boris Karloff Mummy, because that music, the deadpan delivery, that eeriness of ancient Egypt. I'm a big ancient Egypt guy. I love ancient history. Ancient Rome's my favorite. Ancient Greece. I love learning the history of metal moms. Like, were they always so trashy growing up? Did they know how slutty? I don't know. But when I see the Mummy, when I hear that Mummy, and we're talking, this movie's like from the 30s.
Yeah.
The 30s, but you put that on in the dark Halloween month, you just chill out, you vibe to it. It's such a sick one. The next one of my favorite movies ever, because it's got a great suspenseful ending. The movie, it's like at a camp, like Friday the 13th. You like that type of slasher stuff, right? And there's like this like girl, this chick, right? And like weird shit's happen, people are dying. She's this innocent little girl. And then you watching the movie and you're just like, what is going on here? Like, what is the twist? And you're patiently waiting. You're in there with your whole family. Usually Granny's there, your parents. You're having some M&Ms, some Skittles, phone home, Reese's Pieces, you got your E.T. plush doll. You're watching the movie. And then you find out of nowhere, producer Ethan, you know what you find out of nowhere? Angela, she's got a cock!
No!
She's got a cock! She's got a cock!
It's common nowadays.
Now, at the time in the 80s, it was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. And you're sitting there with your parents and you're like, regardless of who it was, they've got a cock. No, horror movies, we only show above the waist. We have a rule here. We have a rule. We don't show the cock. Spoilers?
That's spoilers.
Oh, spoiler. She's got a cock.
No,
It's a pretty big one, too.
it's crazy.
It's etched in my head forever.
Oh, no.
Everywhere I go, it's dick. I am like the super bad guy. I was being school drawing dicks. I'm at work drawing dicks. Everything, my name, every pet I have is a dick. I'm like, that's dick 1, dick 2, dick 3, dick 4. Don Wandela Dick is my favorite parakeet. She's a sweetheart. What a fucking movie. Sleepaway Camp 1, 2, and 3 bangers.
Yep.
Not as much recognition as the Freddys, the Jasons, the Leprechauns. You Stole My Fucking Pot of Gold, all that stuff. But like, great movies, must watch.
That's number 28, Sleepaway?
Number 28, number 29, number 29. We've all been here, folks. You ever have an embarrassing moment that gets in your head over and over? Producer Ethan has to deal with me when I have an embarrassing moment because I'm a little manic. I don't know how to just calm down about something. It wasn't a big deal. You know, it wasn't a big deal. But in your eyes, everybody's pointing at you going, they're all going to laugh at you. They're all going to laugh at you. They're all going to laugh. I'm talking Carrie, the original.
Oh, yeah.
The original. John Travolta, what a fucking movie that movie is. That is such a good fucking movie, Carrie. You can't get over what a great fucking movie that is. That is a crazy movie. That is one of the craziest, saddest endings ever. Yeah. But such a great movie. Remake's not as good. I'm sure younger people like them, but
I like it.
See, the original just has that art. You can't beat Sissy. You can't beat that performance. She's so weird in the first place, right? She just looks troubled and weird. The mother's extremely abusive.
Religious.
Common ground, strict religion, abuse, but pretend everyone's fucking better than you. You walking around, I walk around town like, oh, look at this scumbag. He's actually wearing sleeves today. Let's give him a fucking trophy. He's not being a piece of shit. And then you go around and these religious people judging you. They're on there. No offense to the actual, I have plenty of religious friends that are awesome. They got good things going on. I'm talking about those type of fanatics that don't know to just fucking live their life and be good to people, abusing their kid, beating their kid, kid's troubled. Based on a true story, kid had psychic powers, burned down the fucking school, pig's blood everywhere. Here lies Carrie White in the grave. What a fucking true story. True to the T. Not one fucking thing about that movie is a phallus.
No.
Is a phallus a dick or is a phallus a lie? We'll come back to that the next episode. You know what I liked was Prom Night. Prom Night 2, Mary Lou.
Yeah, that's good.
Those were good. That has nothing to do with Carrie, but Prom Night.
There's prom in Carrie.
That's true. That's where it came
happens.
from. Look at you coming in clutch here.
Yeah.
Coming in clutch. Prom Night 2, though, of the 80s, such a fun movie. If you haven't seen that one, it's where, and again, one of those movies you have a drink or you have a few whatever the fucks, and you chill out and you vibe with that movie. Really fun. Carrie, number 30. Number 30, people consider the greatest horror movie of all time, the scariest movie of all time. We talk about Terrifier, people getting sick. People in the 70s were getting fucking sick. Exorcisms, no one knew what that was ever. It became a household name. They were actually believing them everywhere. Right? Shit, how the Conjuring stories came all from this. We're talking Reagan. We're talking your mother sucks cocks in fucking hell.
Hey.
We're talking puking, pissing on the floors. We're talking the stairs, the eeriness, the tubes, whatever that song's based on the Exorcist theme. I have the vinyl. It's something tubes. It's so fucking, you should listen. It's like a 15-minute epic. It's so great. But the original Exorcist, unreal.
The imagery.
The
poster,
imagery.
best movie poster of all time.
Ever. And for the time, put yourself, the vulgarness of that movie is crazy. Exorcist 2, unwatchable shit, even though I like it. Garbage. The Locusts, stupid fucking. Exorcist 3, to me, here you go. You want a hot take? Exorcist 3 I like better than The Exorcist. Exorcist 3, you should watch that. It's more vulgar. It's scary. George C. Scott's a bitter old New York cop. He's angry at life. He's lost faith in everything. He's lost faith in just society, all the shit he's seeing. The realism of that movie. The evil of that movie. That should be the end of The Exorcist. Not the new ones, not the TV fucking shows where the fucking guy's got the cross up his ass and he's talking about growing a garden and he collects corn on the cob and he likes candy corn, which people hate. Me and producer Ethan like. He likes candied corn, like the candied popcorn. It has like the candy on the popcorn. Popped corn itself, the corn band. But what I was trying to say is The Exorcist 3 is where it's over. Just leave it there. Don't watch anyone's after that.
Did they remake it already?
Yeah, it's kind of, well, in the new one, okay, so the theme about The Exorcist, it's about Catholicism, right?
Yeah.
That's who has exorcists. But the new fucking movie has to be so fucking, and I'm not coming, here's where we got to distinguish, because we argue about this behind the scenes of these podcasts sometimes with my mouth. I don't have a side. I think y'all should fucking go, I think y'all should go down to the watering creek and shove a fucking parking cone up your ass if you're going to come to me about the left and the right and woke and non-woke. I don't give a flying fuck. I hate when bands, movie producers, movie stars take a side. I like old school, that fucking anarchist punk attitude, who gives it that fucking metal old school attitude of just fuck it all, be a dropout, end everything, who gives a shit, nihilism, fuck it. I like that type of stuff. I like politics to be kept out, but you're probably like, what the fuck are you talking about now, Madman? I have a point here. The end of this new Exorcist, all the religions of the fucking world come together to stop the exorcism. So like Hinduism that has no fucking belief in this fucking shit. Or like fucking, it doesn't matter what the fuck faith it is.
There's wars going on because of religion. This could
No, not
never
according to these
happen.
movies. Not according to
Never.
these movies. It's all fucking fun and games. The world's a shithole. If you choose a side, don't choose a side. We got the fucking Exorcist movie. It's all crazy shit. I'm going to do number 31. We're going to talk about a couple because I want you to give me some of yours that aren't on this list. You had a couple that you said to me, like, what the fuck, bro? But the final one for me has got to be a movie that fucked me up more than any movie in my life. I still can't watch it without somebody. Yeah, I know I'm the madman. Hear your fucking bullshit, you fucking pussies. I can't watch this movie alone, the fucking Poltergeist. Because that movie, holy shit, that scene with the tree, with the storm where it breaks through the window, I would be fucking a little fucking Italian boy in Long Island eating his fucking gabagool sandwich, fucking sitting there watching the Honeymooners late at night in WPI fucking X, wondering why the Yankees sucked year after fucking year. Want my dad to take me to Adventureland on Long Island, but he was too busy at Jilly's fucking bar getting fucking tanked. It would fucking piss me the fuck off. But when those storms would come through where my window was, and my fucking house as a little kid, and the lightning and the thunder went banging on my wall from a tree, I literally would fucking be like, fuck this shit. It's over. It's done. I'd be under the bed with blankets. I wouldn't sleep all night. Hence why an insomniac to this day comes from that fucking movie.
Did you have a clown like she did?
Holy shit, no clowns. Ironically, you know what's funny though now? Such a fear of that clown back then. But when they talk about sometimes with your fears, you become what you fear. It's like fucking Psycho. I love horror clowns now.
Yeah.
Right? I have horror clown masks like fucking crazy. I collect just random horror clown masks. I love killer clowns. I love It. I love Art the fucking clown. I love Pennywise from It. I love Bozo what a fucking... Imagine Bozo the clown comes to your fucking party. Hey, Pops, but get him the fuck out of here, Bozo the clown. He should slap the shit out of you. But then like you slap him and then water comes out of his flower and you laugh and you invite him in the fucking house. You guys have some circus. What do you think of circus peanuts?
Nah.
I love circus peanuts.
I'll have them.
I know everybody hates them. I love them. But Poltergeist.
I like them cold.
Well, I don't know what the fuck. That's fucking crazy talk.
Just try it.
I'll give it a shot. I'll freeze them.
But yeah, that's exactly.
Do I suck on them?
It actually makes it better.
So I'm gonna suck on some nut
nuts,
shaped,
some candy nuts,
ice cold. I guess I should feel what the metal moms go through just so I have an understanding. That was my 31 movies. I'm going to watch 1,000 movies. Some movies you said like Fright Night didn't make the list.
Yeah,
That's insulting.
crazy.
That's crazy.
Tooth Fairy.
Tooth Fairy. See, Tooth Fairy for you. Tooth Fairy for me is good, not great.
Really?
I have the McFarlane though.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the movie.
Yeah.
But see the generation thing.
That scared me. One of the scariest movies I've ever seen was The Haunting in Connecticut. I don't know if you've seen that where they're the bodies in the walls. Oh, that movie.
That is a scary movie.
I was so little and I was so scared.
The Changeling is a scary movie. It's a 1979 movie, right? You know that fucking one?
Yep.
Haunting of Hell House is fucking really scary when you're talking about stuff like that.
Yep.
But this is what's nice about, what about Sinister?
So Sinister is probably my favorite.
That should be on the list, but it's because, see the age gaps. I'm going a lot more deeper, right?
Yeah, you had a few newer ones.
I had a few, but like I'm forgetting stuff like Sinister 2, whatever, rehashed.
It's not
Sinister
the same
1
by
is
any means.
unreal. That is a fucked up movie.
The storyline with him writing the book, it's so good.
Oh man, that's a
the
fucked up
tree
movie.
scene, or where they're drowning in the pool, like strapped to the beds.
It's so fucking crazy.
Lit the car on fire inside of the garage.
It's such a fucked up movie. Like, it's such a deranged movie. Why do we like all these movies? That's something I don't understand. But since a kid, I live it. I love it. I love the dark.
Sinister is perfect. In the theme song for that movie, the drum beat, like, oh, it's so creepy.
Fucking good. So fucking good. Should be on the list, but it's basically on the list now, right? It's something we recommend, Sinister.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go see it. I guess one word to describe it. It's sinister.
Wow.
Sinister. Sinister.
Scary.
Yeah. What else you got?
What else did you miss? I don't even know.
We missed some
no Nightmare on Elm Street at all on there.
That's
crazy.
That's crazy. If I have to go Nightmare on Elm Street, okay, so let's talk about that. Out of all the slashers, that's my least favorite. Because what happened to Freddy Krueger, he started as this vile, sick guy. He lived in his boiler room in the fucking woods, right? A little business. He's selling tree trunks to the fucking tribes and the different places. And next thing you fucking know, by part 4, he's like doing raps. There was a 1-800 hotline where you could call Freddy and he'd tell you jokes when I was a kid. There's a Freddy TV series and he's like fucking rapping. He's got the shades on. He's juggling fucking balls. He's singing soliloquies. I think he started singing the Backstreet Boys. They weren't even invented yet. It is so cheesy. You know what's a good series though? Friday the 13th, the series. Jason Voorhees is not in it. He's not in it, but it's a great series. Nightmare on Elm Street, part 1 is the classic.
Yep.
Horrible ending though. So cheesy and stupid. The end, not the whole ending. Rewatch that last ending. Part 3, Dream Warriors with the Doc and Cock Rock song. That's a great one. That's my favorite one, probably.
And the imagery on that one is
so
perfect.
good. And then New Nightmare is great. That was right before Scream. That's when, like, Freddy's Dead, which has Alice Cooper in it, so I hate to badmouth it. It's such a bad movie. It's cheesy. They're in the arcade game. The kid's like fucking Mario Brothers. He's hopping around like the fucking Easter Bunny. He's dancing. He's prancing. And they needed a full reset, and New Nightmare did it. It didn't make any money, but it was really fucking good.
What the hell?
And no ghosts show up, like shooting sloppy shits at the walls, like in that thing we were watching.
So I'm not a fan of the remake at all. But was he
hate
a
it.
pedophile in the original, or is that only in the remake?
Yes, but they
he's
couldn't
always-
lean on that
Okay.
because in the remake they leaned on it. In part 1, they couldn't in the 80s. And then part 2 in the 80s is actually a very pro-LGBTQ movie, which people don't understand. That movie, and they couldn't showcase that in the movies because of the times. But that's a pioneering movie. And it's about a couple of things, the boys and the original script and stuff like that. Great movie. And this is so as much as I love the 80s, and the 80s was the tolerance problem in the 80s was bullshit. Complete nonsense, archaic dinosaur shit, which is kind of crazy today. But yeah, so that's why I'm not a huge. I do love him. I have Freddy stuff everywhere. But no, it's not one of my go-tos anymore. And it's because he became a cartoon character of himself.
Yeah.
He just became so silly and so stupid. And in the remake, I was like, you can't not have fucking Robert Englund. Just don't make it. Like that is fucking Freddy Krueger. But yeah, I didn't have any of those in there.
No Screams.
Because Scream also, they haven't aged great.
No.
When Scream 1 dropped, it was unfucking real. Scream 1, that's where he was back Craven, right? He reinvented horror. It was so stale. But the Scream 2, 3, they're okay. They're not bad. But yeah, you could put Scream 1 on there easy.
Yeah.
Scream 1's a great movie. But even that, when you watch over time, you could pick a lot of the stuff apart. The voice, all that stuff now is so cheesy. But the Scream, when it starts, I have the blanket of Drew Barrymore on the phone. That scene is fucking, and that rejuvenated her because Drew Barrymore was a fucking train wreck. Then she did Charlie's Angels, which I like because I wanted to bang those chicks. I wonder if Charlie ever boned any of them.
Where's
Oh.
Ghostbusters?
Ghostbusters! I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Why didn't it make it on the list?
You know why? Because now you're gonna have to hear the joke. Bustin' makes me feel good. It does make me feel good. It's not a fucking horror movie. It's a comedy.
There's a lot that wasn't on the list. There was
What do you think of Ghostbusters 2?
It's supposed to be your 31, doesn't it?
What do you think of Ghostbusters 2? With the original kid? Yeah, it sucked. I like it, but it sucked.
Drive the
Yeah.
Statue of Liberty?
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, it's a big fucking deal. They drive this. Everyone drives the Statue of Liberty around.
Yeah.
Which were you gonna say?
I was gonna say Saw too. That's on.
I don't like any of the Saws,
Yeah.
but I could see Saw. I could see some of the Saws. The same with Hostel. It's just not my type of movies. Strangers. I'm not big on that real shit. I'm a supernatural guy. If you heard from my list, I like monsters, like fantasy. I'm not big on actual real torture horror of people.
You know what's a good one like that? See No Evil with Kane. You ever seen that?
That is a good movie.
I
There was
like
a
that.
sequel too.
Yeah,
the
which is
original
actually really good. I like it too. It was like 10 years later.
Twisted Sister would sing that. The Eye.
He takes their eyeballs.
Oh, he does take their
Yeah.
eyeballs. But then The Eye is a good movie too. And then there's the Jeepers Creepers where you get those beepers where he takes the fucking eyes out. Jeepers Creepers in that fucking truck. That's like you want to buy one of those piece of shit old timey small mini trucks to drive around fucking town. You're dead serious about it because you're a nutcase. He drives a piece of shit old truck. Maybe he'll sell you his fucking truck. Do you mind a couple of fucking bodies in the back?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Why was
Texas
that?
Massacre.
Oh, wow. How did we?
Texas Massacre
Where the
because
fuck was it?
it's not on my fucking list because they just fucking explained to this motherfucker. You know why it's not on there? I love Texas Massacre, but that real life bullshit drama where we're torturing fucking people, there's enough people being tortured in the world.
That one's based off a true story too.
Motel Hell's more true about that. Look up Motel Hell from the 80s. That's actually the story. Texas Massacre flies off the rails a little bit. And don't forget this either. When you see that guy come to your house, you'll see him come to your house, right? He'll have his tie on, his meat thing. He comes with his suitcase. He's like, I got USDA fucking grade A beef. $19.99 for 30 ribeyes. You're like, that's fucking bullshit, bro. He's like, try the meat. And then you try it. Like, it's fucking great. But what you don't know, you're eating Aunt Myrtle. Uncle Louie. Uncle Louie drank a lot of that cough medicine. You're eating his fucking flesh. He also sells masks. You think those masks are polyurethane? You think, no, they're not Leatherface polyurethane. They're your Aunt Milda. That gross ass. We're going to leave it at that. I got a lot of problems with her. Texas Massacre, a banger.
Yeah.
Part two also. They fight with chainsaws like the Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. Dennis Hopper. Do you ever see that one? Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. It's got Bill Moseley in it from House of a Thousand. Watch that movie. And there's part 3, Leatherface. Then there's part 4 with Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger.
All the reboots.
Did you see the reboot where he like runs from the cops into the woods and he's running like he's running like
Here's the
sloth
problem
or
with
something?
Here's the problem with all these movies. Texas Massacre 1 should have been one and done. That was
Yeah.
it. Like that is too good of a movie. Even you could argue that with like as much as I can't argue this, but you could. Friday the 13th, part 1. Great concept. When you think of that whole franchise, it's so fucking stupid.
Jason X.
The Jason's in fucking outer space. But even before that, like the kid's dead. He's gone, right? He's gone. And they're like, no, he's not. He's been in the woods the whole. Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. This kid, when he died, was supposed to be like 7, right? He drowned at 7. He's now like 38. He's got a nice set of clothes. He's got a potato sack, so he's got money to buy fucking potatoes.
Kept aging.
But how was he so? Okay, how did nobody fucking find him? That lake ain't a big fucking lake. This ain't the Great Lakes. Jason Voorhees was running around. Could you imagine his search team? Stu back in the 80s, like thousands of people. And Jason, he's like ducking under the bushes. He's hiding. Maybe that's where the potato sack. He hid in potato sacks for 30 years. He ate potatoes. He lived in the camp. And the fucking camp keeps reopening. It keeps reopening. When they commit one murder somewhere, this fucking camp's like half-price special, kids. They don't kill kids. Bring your kids. Jason Voorhees, you're going to love him. All the fucking potatoes he can eat. No one really dies here. We thought all those camp counselors died. They hide around the lake. Last thing I'll say before we get out of here. American Horror Story.
Oh, yeah. Great series.
84. Season 3 with the witches is unreal.
Yeah.
So good, but 84, what has all the metal songs in it, is so fucking good. It's based on all the slashers. If you haven't seen that,
I haven't
bought
seen
it.
84 yet.
What? See 84. 84 is unreal. It's based on all the Friday the 13th type stuff, and then like the Night Stalkers and Satan. Crazy shit. They play Alice Cooper Poison. They play Motley Crue. They play Rat. They got chicks, hot chicks in there with big fucking knockers, like the good old days with the Camaros.
What season was the one with Lady Gaga? That's the
Gaga.
The Gaga. That's the one I left off on.
I actually like that one. Hotel.
6? Oh yeah. The
Hotel.
vampire.
That's okay. Flies off the rails per usual. But I thought that was a good series. I like the one at the end of the world was okay also.
Yeah, Freak Show was awesome.
Freak Show. I haven't watched like 5 seasons though. But if you haven't seen American Horror Story 84 and you love 80s slashers, see it. Guys, episode 4.5. I'm out of breath if you could hear when I did my rap fucking screaming about everything. It's been a great time. We didn't talk about something real quick. You want to show that arm, buddy?
Oh.
Yeah, you got to wait for the next episode 5.
Yeah,
Our
we talked
buddy's
about
going to teach you lessons about, I don't know, stage diving, crowd surfing. Who fucking knows? He's got all the tips and tricks for you. But thanks for stopping by here. I want to make sure you follow us on YouTube. You subscribe. Help the Madman out here. My ego's not big enough. I need more people. Help me out. Keep us going. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. And what'd you say about Spotify?
Stars on Spotify. 5
Stars. 5 fucking stars on Spotify. Everything's great. We're going good. What do you got to say over there?
Comment your favorite horror movies.
That's something we wanted to say. He tries to get my attention, but you guys that know me know I don't pay attention to anybody. Went in the comments on here. Comment your favorite horror movies, okay? Go on YouTube, do it. Any way you can put the comments for the podcast. Also, go on my social medias. I'm about to put out a classic Gothing in the Rain video. It's going to be magical. Art the Clown. It'll be out by the time you see this. You have to go back a few days in my lives, but comment on your fucking horror movies. Want to hear them. I'm going to look adorable out there, as I always do when I'm dancing and shaking my ass. I always do. Ev, it's been a pleasure. What a great time talking horror movies. Thanks for your recommendations, guys. Check out the Halloween original. Same night, maybe watch that and watch Rob Zombie. That's a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
Maybe I should revisit that myself with a different person. That's been all these years later. It's not a shock value to me anymore, like how different it is. But I should check those out. Check them out. Let us know how it's going. Thanks for the support. We love you all. We'll see you next time.